Hey, it's Patrick Wilson.
Hello, this is Jeff Goldblum.
Hi, this is Alec Baldwin, and you're listening to Marta on the Move.
I'm your host, Marta Mazzoni. Join us as we connect culturally through lifestyle, travel, and entertainment. Hey y'all, Marta on the Move here, and I am back. I wasn't even going to record today. My husband and I did like an end cap of 2020, and I saw my podcasting equipment on the couch, and it was just kind of perfect. You know, when some things happen and you think to yourself, oh, there's a reason I left that out. So I was just I've been having a shitty day, a shitty Monday. Today's Tuesday. I just been a little down, been very emotional, been very, I don't know what the word is for it. Just kind of in a fog, in a rut, feeling crappy. Craptastic is a great term for it. And I listened to this podcast. I listened to this Hal Elrod podcast that came out talking about gratitude. And of course, we all know that gratefulness is something that helps us put things into perspective, and it makes us feel better, and it lifts us up. Well, he was saying we should tell everybody that in our lives. You know, anybody that means something to you, as many people as you can, tell them that you are grateful to them, of being a part of who they are, of being a part of your life, and mean it. And for me personally, my relationships are kind of everything. So I took the time and thought about the people in my life that I care about and sent them a text telling them I'm grateful. If you're one of those people, and you know you're one of those people, of course I'm grateful to you. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. And it just made me feel so much better. It made me feel, me personally, it made me feel so much better just putting those feelings out there. And some of them were awkward. You know, some of them were family members that you don't really say those things to, right? Like maybe you have a family that does that, but not all of my family does that. So to put that out there is a strange thing to do. It feels awkward. It feels like they're gonna think you're odd or you're weird. But I really did want them to know. And the responses that I got back honestly just made me start crying, which is so lame. But that people were feeling low, that they really needed to hear this today, that I got some responses that blew my mind, that this one girl, my friend Heather, has always admired me and my spark and my drive, and she, all of these things. And I felt the same way about her. I don't see that in myself. So I felt the same way about her, and she was feeling the same way about me. And it was just it was just this beautiful moment that gave meaning to that relationship. And that's what it's all about, right? It's all about having meaning in this world of internet and instant gratification and likes and emojis. I really just wanted to take a minute and tell people what they mean to me in my life, of having them there, and how they are special. So number one part of this podcast is do this. We are ending this year, which is, everybody just keeps saying it, but it truly is dumpster fire. It has great things about it. It has shitty things about it. People are having breakdowns, transitions. We're learning things about ourselves. It's just all coming out. So I urge people to take the time to do this to the people that mean something in their lives, and kind of round out their 2020. Just put that all in there. Just throw it in there. Reach out. Tell people what you're grateful for, that you're grateful for them in your life, and why you're grateful for them in their life. Just for being themselves is usually why. And that was my message to people. It's like, thank you for being you, because you round out my life. You know, each person brings like this little Trivial Pursuit pie in this huge pie holder into my life, and it makes my life that much more special and meaningful to have those people in it. So I urge you to do that. And then number 2, I probably should have split this into 2 podcasts because I could rant about this all day. But number 2 is one of the messages that I got back from a person that is near and dear to my heart. And you know, Byron, I see you out there rocking it out, but he was kind of off his game for a week or 2. Like, I hadn't heard from him. You know, I just kind of feel it. Like, I just kind of feel when someone's a little bit off, and he's struggling a little bit. He's just kind of in a fog, in a rut. And I reached out to him when he told me this, when I told him I was grateful for him, and he came back and was telling me what was going on. And I don't think he ever would have if I wouldn't have reached out. So you don't know who needs to hear from you. It opens up a conversation of what's going on in that person's life, which is hard to get out of people. And not saying like get out of it, but it's hard. You know, it's hard in this day and age. People don't want to be a burden, which leads me to my next point. He was struggling with something, you know, with like work, you know, finding his next move. And I texted him and I said, "Hey, I'm here if you need me." And he said, "Thanks." And then it ended there. But then I realized that just saying that is almost kind of, people don't take it seriously. People do not take your offers for help seriously. So I texted him back and I said, "Hey, no, really. I'm not shitting around here. Like, let me know what I can do. That's why I'm here. You know, do you need a post? Do you need a brainstorm? Do you need a walk? Do you need, like, what do you need help with? Like, tell me truthfully what you need help with, because that is why I'm here. That's why we are friends. That's why this is a relationship." And he wrote back and he's like, you know, there aren't many people that I can do that with. And I don't think that is the case, is my point. I think a lot of people out there want to help other people, but we won't let them, if that makes any sense. Like, like, we think we are being a burden on our relationships when we ask for help, when we ask for certain things. And I think that's a product of, honestly, I think it's kind of a product of the internet a little bit. Everything just seems so disposable, where it's like, "Hey, let me know if I can do anything. Hey, let me know if I can help with anything." Or, you know, how often did you take your kids? Did you give a ride to somebody back in the day? When does that happen anymore? Like, you know, it's like, "Hey, we carpooling? Hey, do you need a ride? Hey, can you take my kids to school?" Or vice versa. There was always just this sharing of feelings and emotions and life. And life is what it is, like sharing of life. Like, you share your life with your relationships around you. So I'm here to put out into the universe that if someone, a friend or a relative, offers to help you, they mean it. They usually mean it. I mean, unless, you know, there's something going on, but they mean it. So let them help you, because when you help someone else, you naturally feel better about yourself. So you allowing them to help you, they will feel better because they had a meaning in your life. They had meaning in your life. And that's huge. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I felt, you know, I've had a best friend for like 25 years, and he was the same way. He never asked for help. He's still working on it. if you listen to this, you know who I'm talking about. But like, he's still working on it. He has a really hard time asking for help. He feels like he has to be an island. He has to go about it himself. He has to take care of it. It's nobody's burden but his own. But if this year has taught me anything personally, it takes a village. And the more people that are in that village, the easier that village is to run. So ask for help. Please. Please, please, please. If you need help, ask for help. And it can be as the smallest thing as like, you know what I need? I need a walk around the block and a phone call. Awesome. That's great. Like, even if you haven't talked to that person in a while, they will still be there. And chances are they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them, but you're probably not even talking. And they're thinking, man, I should call them, but it's been a while, or blah, blah, blah. I'm really feeling like shit today, and they don't want to hear about my burdens. We haven't talked in forever, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares if you haven't talked in a while. Nobody cares. If you had a friend that you haven't talked in a while. If I had a friend that I haven't talked to in a while, and this happened to me recently, my friend Bree, she reached out to me, and I haven't talked to her in forever. We were roommates in college. We kind of lost touch. She came back around. I was joyous when she shot me a text. I was like, this is amazing. I'm just so happy to hear from you. This is incredible. And like, what are you up to? What's your life like? Wow. What, look at our lives of like where we are now. People think that way. You have to be the person that is in charge of your life the way you want it to go. So if you want to talk to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, reach out to them. Say hello. Ask for help, or just take the first step, I guess, is my point. And also allow people in to help you. That's my second point. And my third point, there's a lot of points in this podcast. Sorry, I was very emotional today. My third point is reach out to people and tell them you are grateful to them, because you have no idea who needs to hear it at that moment in time. That's all, folks. Sorry, this was just a whim. This was like a riff. The podcast equipment was left out, and this just seemed like a great opportunity. Follow me on martaonthemove.com. And honestly, if this spoke to you at all, please share this with somebody. Please share this with somebody that needs to hear it. That you have that friend, you have that friend. Everybody has that friend or family member that will not ask for help or thinks they're, a burden. Share this with them, because the more people that get this, and the easier it all becomes. The more happy everybody becomes, the more grateful everybody becomes, the more communicative we all become, the more of a community gets built. And people don't feel so alone. And that's all I got to say on that. Talk to you guys later. I am going to mention, if you have not signed up for my newsletter yet, you need to, because the pop-up dance parties on Zoom are freaking legit, okay? I started the pop-up dance parties, these silent disco pop-up dance parties, just because I was feeling like shit one day, and I was like, I need to move. Like, I need to jam out to some tunes. I'm feeling pretty alone. I mean, Phil's in the house, but, and like quarantine. And it has single-handedly been such a mood lifter. I can't even tell you guys. All it is like, you don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. Everybody jams out to their own music. Everybody's on mute. So it's not like this awkward Zoom call where it's like, hey, everybody talking at the same time. No, you can be cleaning. You can be, I don't know, changing your baby's diaper. You can be doing anything. And if you just need a pick me up, just to have it in the background and seeing people jam out to music and just flowing freely. Oh my God, my heart. It's amazing. Last week, my friend Jess brought puppets. There was stuffed animals and puppets, and I almost lost my mind. It was the best thing I never knew I needed. And then my brother was like playing guitar in the background, but he's on mute. It was just so cool to see him just have this moment where he was just letting go and singing and just getting on with his freak self. And I don't know. Anyways, you should join. It's a lot of fun. I post the Zoom links and when it's going to happen to my newsletter subscribers on martaonthemove.com. And you guys get the links. So I send the link like an hour before it happens, but I usually let you know that it's going to happen in advance, a little bit in advance. So it's like, ooh, when I say pop up, I was like, ooh, maybe I'm feeling it. Maybe right now, or maybe it would be an hour beforehand, but it's a great time. So join up. I really hope there's some themed ones coming up that's going to be like stuffed animals with Broadway show tunes. I think that would be incredible. Also, holiday jams in our jams. Like holiday jams in our jammies, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be wearing my Christmas onesie. Yes, it's going to happen. That's all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. Love you guys. Remember to tell the people around you that you love them and you are grateful to them.